Hello students, coming to Java programming course, and this course is in second BTech semester 2 academic year 2021 and R19 JNTK Kakinada regulations. Now unit 4, and this is the first video of this unit 4. The chapter name is packages, and from this chapter packages, these are the topics to be covered in this video. 1, introduction to packages, defining a package, finding packages and class path. Coming to topic 1, introduction to the packages. Packages generally, and we consider these things as a containers for classes and interfaces. Generally, we create in our Java programs. And we know that in Java program, we define many classes or maybe interfaces. And to keep all these files of your Java programs, or maybe some classes of your programs, so we need a container. So the packages are used as containers for classes that are generally designed or developed in our Java as a Java programs. And we consider that location or a drive in your computer where you store all your programs of Java are nothing but your classes or interfaces, programs or files. And we use at the board like namespace of classes, namespace. And this namespace is nothing but the names you given to your files, or nothing but the classes, the main classes in your programs. The main classes name in your Java programs are nothing but a file names of your Java programs. So this namespace contains many files and with many names. And here the naming convention is very important, and naming collision should not be uh, maybe a problem to the programmer or developer when we are working with the real-time applications, or maybe more and more programs we are creating in our directory where you generally store your programs in your computer, and there you may get some problems like, right? And that problem also avoid by using these packages concepts, but actually not meant for that. And packages are mainly making that namespace as a compartmentalization. That it means hierarchy. You can create directories and subdirectories, subdirectories, and you can keep your classes in a more number of files, right, and sizes. And here packages are stored. Here the packages are stored in hierarchical manner. As I told you, you can create compartmentalization of these packages to make your namespace convenient for the usage and identifying. So these are explicitly imported into new classes definitions. These packages are organized as a hierarchy in our drives, and these packages are imported into the new classes you can define. That it means by using this way, you can reuse of code designed in these package classes or interfaces. So these also achievable to the concept called reusability. So we will see these concepts in practically in the further topics or further videos of this chapter. And Java provides a mechanism for partitioning the class namespace into more manageable chunks. Chunk is nothing but a particular part of drive or location or a folder. In your general language, you call that as a folder like, and where you can use this class namespace as a partitions for organizing your files without naming collisions. And here it is, the concept of making all these type of things is called nothing but a package. The package is both a naming and a visibility, naming and visibility control mechanism. It is very important And once this concept and this feature is introduced in the language Java, and more and more real-time applications are organized as a projects, and they are getting very comfortable of working with the Java files. Coming to next one. Okay. We can define classes inside a package that are not accessible by outside of that package. And we know that's this point very well. Once when we create a package or a drive or a folder in your directory, once you include or define classes into this package, that classes or interfaces that are not accessible by code outside of that package, not accessible outside of this package. Whatever the other class maybe wants to import or sharing the code and classes, that generally that are not allowed. And that it means by using these packages, you can also get security of data to a code you are defining together into a class. And we know that this one class is composed of code along with the data, and we can provide complete protection to the access for that it means nothing but access control to this code and data defined inside of the classes and interfaces are keeping into a package that it gives protection, right? And we can also define class members into the classes, and that are only exposed to the, see this point, only exposed to the other members of the same package. Once in a package, you define some classes and interfaces, and among these, they can share their members. Why? Because they are the members of the same package. That it means one, if there are two classes defined in that package, right? And they can share the members. Either it may be using inheritance concept or polymorphism they are using, right? So then you can allow to access control among those classes and interfaces within the same package. And we'll see these points also clearly in the example programs with execution part and implementation part also. We will get some practical knowledge on these points. Next one, this allows, while we are doing like this and keeping these classes and interfaces into a particular package, right? This allows your classes to have intimate knowledge of each other. That it means they can know about what classes and interfaces are defined in this package and what are the methods there and how can we access those members of the classes include in our package like that. And but not expose the knowledge to the rest of the world. And this type of knowledge and only accessible and visible to the members of the same package and not to the outside of the world. So this is provides security and protection to the data or classes defined in that package. So this is the simple diagram illustrating you about packages that we are going to discuss and more in our Java programs. So see here, this package, when we have a package concept in Java, so these packages are two types generally. Built-in packages, and we know some of the examples that packages are included into our programs. Generally, we know that C and C++ having some header files like hash include stdio.h in C language and hash include iostream.h like in C++ language. And these are the header files contains built-in functions that are used in your programs like C and C++ programs or some built-in classes in C++ to include in your programs like. The same here, the concept is related to that one. The package contains many type of built-in classes and interfaces and many functions like, and you can include and import those classes and interfaces into your programs by importing the packages, by importing that packages, specifying the name of the package, or along with that name, you can also specify the class that specifically you are going to import in your Java programs. And the next one is user defined packages. That it means Java provides you the mechanism and support to create your own packages, and your own package may contain your own classes and interfaces that are making private or public, and you make public, then the packages and classes of your package can import by other classes in other directories or in maybe real time, and you can give some access control of your classes of in your package to the outside the world. And we see all this one, how to create these user defined packages and in clear with the practical knowledge. Okay, and these are the some predefined packages. Java is a package name. Here it is Java. So this is Java package, and inside this we have sub packages like language, util, and AWT. For example, these are the sub packages of Java classes, and each package contains some different classes, predefined classes, and classes like here this way. And we know this util class, util package. So Java dot. We imported this util package for using of scanner class, right? Do you remember this one? Scanner class for giving input to the file in your Java programs, giving input to through keyboard, and we use this scanner class for giving input to keyboard, right? So that these are the packages of that are built-in packages already defined in the Java packages, and we can import those packages into our normal classes defining in our Java programs, and we can make use of those classes and methods defined in those classes. So these are the examples. Coming to making general overview of this one, and a package contains classes or interfaces, as I told you the points. This package may contains classes and interfaces, right? And the example is java.util.star. And this way you can import the packages, and we can use import statement, and we discuss this one in that specifically, of that topic specifically and clear. And just I'm giving this one, and we can import those packages. Java is a main package, util is a sub package, and dot specifying separating these packages. And you can mention the classes and interface name also, or you can simply put on star. Star means all the classes interfaces defined in that package in import. So for example, so here in this we use one class called scanner class. So java.util.package has one predefined class, that is scanner class, and we use these two things, that it is nextInt for reading integer value from the keyboard and a float value. And without writing any code how to read an integer value from the keyboard, we are reusing the code defined in this scanner class by importing these classes through packages from the packages, right? So we already did this one as a basic programming implementation, right, in our programs. So coming to the same type of another is java.io.star. This is another type of predefined package in Java. And from this package, there is a buffer reader class. And buffer reader class can have some functions like methods read and read line. You can use these to read the files, or maybe read the out or input from the keyboard also, right? So these are the things like understood packages. Basic introduction is very important and required to understand the practical scenarios we're going to discuss later, right? Coming to the next one, how to define a package. Defining a package into our directories and creating a communities one. And to create a package is quite easy and simple thing. And use a keyword package, and we call that as a package statement. We call that as a package statement and as a command. And that should be the first statement in your Java source file, right? When you are creating a package for making collection of your classes and interfaces, and use this package keyword and nothing but a package command, and as the first statement in your Java source file. Remember, this is the first point you're going to define a package. Must and should. And then next one, any classes declared with that file will belong to specified package. And I will show you this part. When already one package is declared or defined, and when any program or any file Java program making this Java statement, package statement as the first statement in their files, then the class or maybe whatever the class you are defining in that program, and the class and interface may be completely belong to that specified package, right? And this is called package statement. And this defines a namespace in which classes are stored. Generally, this package name contains, the package contains some classes with some names, and based on that name, some namespace is created for this package. And whenever we omit the package statement into the classes files or something, and right now, till now, we did not use any type of package statement in our Java programs while we are executing and compiling in our program, generally our programs. So that it means then the class names are put into the default package. Till now, whatever the Java file we created and executed, all those files are completely without defining these packages. So then the packages are, that classes are, that namespace are completely create and use it to as a default package, default sent to the default package. But whenever you use a package statement in your Java programs as the first step, then the classes and interfaces, whatever you define with this package statement, all those classes are making into the part of this package, the name you define, right? But default packages does not have any name, but your packages are maybe defining that packages definitely have some names, right? Built-in packages already having some names to identify which package and which classes are included into that packages. And whenever we are defining our own user defined packages, you have to give some name, and the name used for that package, that the name statement, package statement include into the classes or Java programs as the first statement. Okay. And next one, this is the general form of how to define a package statement. The package is a keyword followed by PKG. Here, PKG is a package name. Is a package name. And Java uses file system directories to store packages. Where you're creating packages, says okay, it is happy, and where you can store your packages, right? So that packages generally make support by this file system directories of our computer systems of the operating system. And Java uses these file systems and use file system directories. Our computer file system directories used by this Java to store our packages. And I will show you how to create this package practically in our directories, how to make use of that package. And remember that the case is significant and the directory name must match the package name exactly. So when we are creating a package with some name, and the directory you are going to create in your computer directory, the file name and here the package name and the directory name and the package name should be the exactly same. Then only the classes make use of those packages by importing the package and their classes, right? More than one file can include the same package statement. As it is, one package may contain many number of classes. In your general program, when you are importing packages, more than one package you can import, right? The package statement simply specifies to which package the classes defined in a file belong. So that package, when you are making the first step as a first statement in your Java programs or the classes you are defining, then that is the first make the packages the class defined in a file belongs to that package. Next one, we can create a hierarchy of packages. That it means simply just assume that in your computer system like D drive, like E drive, we're having some one folder, and in that folder again you can create subfolders. In that subfolders also you can allow to create subfolders, right? So this is called hierarchy of folders that it you are defining. So that it means, but here it is hierarchy of packages. The same way you can create one package, and inside of this package you can create sub packages. That is the concept called hierarchy of packages. We can allow to create that the packages like hierarchy, and we can use that particularly based on using the period operator. And this is the general form for multi-leveled package system. And if you understand that one, it is a multi-level package system. So here this package is a keyword followed by package one dot package two dot package three, where you end that use this semicolon symbol, semicolon operator. So this way you can make use of that hierarchy of packages you created in your directories. For example, java.awt.image, right? Here it is one of the package. Java is a main package. AWT is a sub package. And in that, there is a particular class or interface like image. So that this way you can separate these packages directory and hierarchy, and you can import in this way. In this representation only you can import those classes or whatever that defined in that package or sub package. And this need to be stored in Java like this way. Generally, we know this is nothing but a path like in our files. We call this C drive songs folder. In that songs folders, rock song, melody songs like that. So this is nothing but a path representation in generally in our Windows environment. Okay. Right. We cannot rename a package without renaming the directory. This is very important. Once you define a package in your computer directory, and that package are used by many classes to import the packages or classes defined in that package, you not allowed to rename the directory or packages, because that is linked one. Once you given a package name, and that package name, based on that name, package statements are imported, and making the first statement in the Java programs by which are importing the packages of your package, importing the classes of your package, and you are not supposed to rename the package without renaming the directory. And it is a linked one, and it might be some errors to the other Java programs which are using your packages. So it is more and more to be careful. Next one, finding packages and class path. And I will show you this one practically in the end of this video. Don't worry. First of all, keep the basic terminology and the key points of the concepts. What is a package? How to define a package? How to find a package? And how to set a class path to execute those things. Everything will be later. We will see one by one. Okay. Then coming to here, as we explained, the packages are here. The packages are mirrored by directories. As I told you, directory name should be matched with the package name, right? Like that. The packages are created by taking the support of the file system directories. Both are same. And in your computer terminology point of view, you can say that as a directory, but whereas in our Java point of view, we can call that as a packages. This raises an important question. How does the Java runtime system know where to look for packages that you create? You already created packages in your directory, or you are going to create a packages. Generally, these packages contains classes, and classes contains methods. And in your program, by importing these packages, you can use those classes and their methods for your program solution or problem solver. So how does the Java runtime system know where to look for packages that you create? It is good. The answer is in three parts. The first one is By default, the Java runtime system uses the current working directory. And we did the same thing for this first type of part till now, right? Till now, we whatever the files created in Java environment ID and compiling execution, this the default thing. The Java runtime system uses our current directory. I told you to create your directory in any of your computer drive directories, and should be at command prompt. You should go to that current directory, and then on there only you can compile and execute, right? We use this default Java runtime uh, uses the current working directory as its starting point to identify where the files are defined. And if your package is in a subdirectory of the current directory, it will be found the same way. The subfolder also you can create, it can be accessible. And the second choice of this one is how to find the packages by the Java runtime while executing the programs or importing these packages, especially your user-defined packages. You can specify a directory path or a path by setting the class path environment variable. And we know, I know I'm not clear about all, but most of the people know how to set a class path while for your executing your programs, right? By editing the environment variable that is defined in your computer properties, and by editing the path information, nothing but a class path, you can execute your programs at anywhere of your directory of your computer. The same way here also we can set a class path or a directory path. We can execute the files that are defined in the packages. And the third one is to keep in mind these points. I will show you one by one in the later topics and videos, and how to set a path and how to execute the programs defined in these packages, right? The third one, you can use this class path option. This class path option with Java and Java C, Java and Java C to specify the path your classes from where you are importing the classes from the packages, and that class path you have to set at the time of compile and execution. This is the third option. The first one is the Java runtime uses the current working directory as a starting point. There the Java source file available and .class file available. Till now we uses this option. The second one is you can specify a directory path or a set a class path environment to that directory to where you are executing your programs stored in the package. The third one is you have to use this class path option, the class path option to the specified directory where that directory or package organized in your or stored in your directory, and use that class path option at the time of compile and execution. At the time of compile and execution for making use of or executing those classes that are imposed by your class programs or Java programs. So for example, consider this one simple example that here it is a my pack, the package followed by my pack, and this is the simple statement. It is nothing but a package statement to create your package, right? In order for a program to find my pack, one of three things must be true, as we discussed now. Entire program can be executed from a directory immediately above my pack. Immediately above my pack. The statement is very clear. Don't be get confused here. I will show you the first method right now in this video, and later we will discuss these two in the upcoming videos, right? The program can be executed from a directory immediately above the my pack. This is package name, right? Remember this point. The meaning directly immediately above means I will tell you next. When the second two options are used, the class path must not include my pack itself. It must simply specify the path to my pack. So here this my pack. So here it is my pack is a package name. In Windows environmental, if the path to my pack is in C directory, my programs folder and subfolder Java. In that subfolder, we are having subfolder called my pack. This my pack is my subfolder stored in this Java folder. Java folder is in my programs folder and my programs folder is in directory C of my computer. This way you are created your package. And in this package, you are having classes, interfaces, and those. And any other program wants to import your package and they have to specify this one. Or maybe you want to execute your program stored in this my pack, and this is the way of specifying class path. This is the way of specifying class path to my pack. So this is the my pack is the folder or package stored in this Java subdirectory, and you have to keep this as a class path to my pack and not include that package name in the class path. It is the path in Windows environment. There it includes my pack name in the path. This is path and this is class path. This is class path. And there is a difference, right? So don't include the package name into the class path of that package. Okay, this point to be remembered. Next one, coming to one simple program to understand what we are going to discuss it till now about the packages and this specifically defining package and finding the packages and how to execute those packages right here. So go to in your directory, anywhere of your directory here, right? So here it is, any directory, C, D or E, whatever it is. Go, and this is graphical user interface I'm creating. I will show you the way creating through command prompt also in the next video. Coming to this, you can go to your computer and choose any of directory to create your package folder or nothing but a technical point of view. We will say that is a package. So that there I am chosen one directory. In that directory, I have created one package called my pack, right? In this my pack, I have one Java file. That file name is sample.java. The file name is sample.java. So when I give this sample.java based on the condition that in that file, there is a class name, class with name sample that includes main method. Then only I have to put this sample.java as a file name to this Java file, program file. And this concept is already known by everyone. Why have given this sample.java file name to this Java program? So in this file, there is a class called sample and it contains main method. That's why this is a main class. Every Java program has its file name same as the class main class contains in that program, right? And this one is simple. And to coming to the packages point of view, this sample.java is a Java program or a class, sample class contains in package or is a part of this my pack package. So in this sample.java program, the first statement should be the package statement. The first statement should be the package statement. And you can, before this one, you can give any comment that should be ignored by the compiler. I'm not talking about these comments like that one. But the program, valid instructions of the program should be start from this package statement only. So what is the package name for this program, Java sample.java? The package is the keyword. And what is the package name? My pack. What is the package name? My pack. This is the first statement should be the in the file of the contents in the my pack. So my pack is the package name. When you are defining any class declared by using this package statement, 100% that class file belongs to this my pack only, right? And you have to keep this file in this folder only. Otherwise, it will simply compile error, right? When you are working with packages, and make sure of this one, whatever the package name you are given, and that is the first include into the package statement. And this file should be stored in that. It's a mandatory condition. The file must be stored in this directory only. Then only this file will compile and execute, right? So and you know that inside of this main function, there is a statement called Java program, right? So coming to understood clearly, very simple to understand. And coming to the execution part of this one, I have given one scenario of my computer. So in my computer, I have a E drive and I have created one package called mypack with name package with name mypack. And how to get into that directory as a current directory? Go to command prompt and go to this directory E and go to current directory. Where to go? mypack. So cd is this command, change directory followed by your package name. Then you can switch to current directory like e.mypack. And again there in that package already you know that sample.java file is available. Compile that one using command javac sample.java, right? Once it is compiled, check into that directory, mypack directory in E directory of your computer. There is one .class file generated sample.java. Sorry, sample.class. .class file will generate it after compilation. Then when you are trying to execute the sample.java file at this directory E and mypack in this directory, it gives error. And this file should be executed above the directory name. So we have to above the directory means before this one, which directory we are currently we are at my package directory, and here it is will not execute, and skip on to this above directory that it is E directory. So to how to do this one, cd space cd dot dot. So it is the current directory will switch on to the previous directory. So it skip on to this my package and it comes to E directory. There you can type Java space package name mypack.sample. Then only this file will execute. Otherwise, it simply gives error. So you are accessing this sample.java file or .class file outside of the package. So you have to specify this mypack.sample. So then it executes, right? So this is the first and basic practical example for your packages concepts. And upcoming videos, we are going to learn many more examples. And packages are not theoretical concepts. You have to learn these points quickly and apply the same in the practical point of view and get the knowledge of exposure, how to create these packages and all everything. Okay. So I will show you everything what I said right now for 5 minutes. We are coming to this is my directory, E directory. There I created one folder called mypack. Got it? mypack. And inside of this mypack, there is a sample Java file. Sample is my folder and it is a Java file. Right? Okay. Is it visible or not? Yeah. This is mypack. Okay. Got it? And I'm deleting this surplus file. If only sample Java file. Then come to command prompt. If you go into that, this is the file I have created. Class sample public static void main function and one system dot out dot println statement displaying Java programming. And if you observe here, this is my first statement, package space mypack semicolon. What it means, this is called package statement. Then this class belongs to that package. What is the file name? This one, sample.java, where this file should be stored. That's where this file should be stored in this package, my pack. Are you able to see or not? Right? In that my pack, I have a sample folder. Got it? Next one. Coming to command prompt. So if you observe this one, I have switched it to the current directory called my pack. Right? So here I'm trying to execute that file java c space sample dot java. If you observe this one, after compilation, the dot class file is generated in that mypack folder of your E directory, right? So when you press enter, so it compiles successfully. Then go to your directory to check that dot class file is generated or not. Then go to your directory, right? So once you observe here, this sample dot class file is generated. Fine. Then coming to command prompt, try to execute from here as your normal procedure java space sample. So it gives error. As I told you, that is a package compilation is different and execution is different. What I told you, currently you are at directory called mypack. Come to the previous directory. Above this directory is E. So what is the command? cd dot dot. Then it goes to previous directory, that is E. Then where you type java sample, again you will get error because you cannot access that sample.class file outside of the directory. You have to specify the package name. So simply type this java space, what is the package name? mypack dot, what is the dot class file name? Sample. Java space mypack dot sample. Then it executes and gives you the output at console. Understood? So this is the way you have to compile and execute of your Java programs using packages. Coming to here, and I think you hope understood that concepts discussed today. And in the next video, we are going to see the most and important and more interesting concepts also, and with real-time practical exposure. And these are the references. Thank you.